Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Knowledge Bits. So, today we're going to be playing Super Ghouls and Ghosts. This game is notorious for being incredibly difficult. I don't know if you guys can get the mic very well. I'm still trying to get situated here, but let's see. I'm just gonna start. What the hell? So, anyways, this game's ridiculous. I have beaten it, but can I not skip this? Thought I could skip this. What the hell? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Yes, this game's impossible. I've beaten it before, but I played it on an emulator, saved it. I wasn't save stating until I beat it. I just kind of... This is the best weapon. If you don't know this game, get this weapon. This game was ridiculously easier if you just have this weapon. Because once you get that, then you'll see. It's a homing device, and you're good. Anyways, this game's ridiculous. I beat it once, like I said, on an emulator, and there was one time when I attempted to beat this on my SNES, like on the original thing, with my copy of the game, try to beat it, and I was doing really well. I think I got through like more than half the game, and I died a few times, and then the game just froze, which pissed me off, but whatever, it happens. Anyways, what are we going to talk about today? We are going to talk about... Let me kill this guy first. Let's see. Oh yes, focusing on what's in front of you. And the importance of doing that. So the thing is, many of us tend to focus... Well, that's the issue, actually. We don't tend to focus. We tend to kind of go all over the place. And that makes life exponentially harder, because I'm not saying that you don't need to pay attention to whatever's on your mind. I'm just saying there's a time and a place for it. And most of us, what we end up doing is we choose the wrong time. So, for example, let's say you have a wedding coming up in a month. Not yours, someone else's, right? And you're like planning for it, trying to get everything situated, whatever. And you know, I mean, I don't know if you know, but many of you know that planning a wedding can be stressful. It's a lot of work. It's just so much planning, and honestly, it sounds annoying. But anyways, the reason I bring that up is because, oh man, this one's gonna be a hard one to talk and... Oh no! I already lost my weapon. The reason I bring that up is because a lot of people, let's say for example you have a wedding coming up, right? In a month, it's not yours, it's someone else's. But you're planning for it. And you have other things to worry about. Like, let's say you have some payments coming up, some bills. You got to work on your car. It needs to get fixed up. Whatever the case is. Is that the shield? Oh, yes. I got it back. Yeah, and you have other things to worry about. My point is that a lot of people tend to worry about stuff that isn't immediately in front of them. They worry about stuff way ahead, or stuff that isn't even relevant yet. So, like, for example, if you're a parent, chances are you worry about your kid a lot, right? That's very normal. I mean, that's just part of it. But the thing is that a lot of times, a lot of parents worry about things that aren't even there yet. And that's dangerous because, first of all, it's not healthy. It's not healthy to worry about stuff that isn't even in front of you, because you're going to stress more, you're going to feel terrible, you're going to be anxious. It's just, life's not going to be fun. And you got to be careful with that, because if you're not, you will, not only will you make it harder on yourself, you're also just not going to be happy. And that's another thing too. Oh my gosh, I thought I thought I was going to get hit. Oh, that's my favorite thing about this weapon, when it gets stuck. Can I? Oh, alright. Well, first I gotta dodge this. Hold on. Is it a monster? Oh, it's a shield. Cool. I thought it was something else. I didn't want to get it. But I'll take this shield. Anyways, yeah, be careful not to stress yourself out. Because it's... Well, be careful not to worry about things that aren't a priority in the moment. I'm not saying that it's not important. Worrying about your kids, planning a wedding, whatever, that stuff, like... in its time, it's important. It's important to take care of that stuff, to put time into it, to focus on it, whatever. But the thing is, when you have other things to worry about, that wedding's in a month, You have bills coming up. Why are you worrying about the wedding? And this is the thing. A lot of times people start worrying about like, oh, well, I have these bills coming up and then I have to spend money on the trip to the wedding and then I have to this. It's like, dude, do it one step at a time. That's the thing. Also, by the way, did you see that? I didn't get hit. So that's nice. Well, that's probably going to change in this level. I can do this one without getting hit sometimes too, but this level's a little bit tougher. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. It's easier to mess it up. But yeah, don't stress yourself out, because I hate stress, guys. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure no one likes stress, but I just, ever since I was young, I like not worrying about stuff that wasn't relevant to my life. And even stuff that is relevant to my life. I've never really been a fan of like overthinking stuff. And I'm a big thinker, don't get me wrong. I think a lot about a lot of stuff. But my point is that I just don't like the feeling of being worried. I don't like the feeling of stressing out. And that's what we need to work on. We need to work on being careful not to stress ourselves out when it's not necessary. And honestly, let's see. Can I do it? No, there's a ghost! Oh, I beat him. Oh, that's not even fair. Oh, get out of here. Hold on, I just need to get to the checkpoint. I need to get to the halfway mark. Hopefully that monster isn't still there. Okay, oh, I made it. Okay, cool. At least I don't have to do that nonsense again. And yeah, just don't worry about stuff like that. It's kind of, I'm not saying it's not important like I've been saying. It's just, it's not here yet. Why worry about it? Why make life less enjoyable just because something's coming up? And remember, whenever I say any of this stuff, I want you to understand that I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm not telling you what to do. I mean, it sounds like it, right? But the whole purpose behind this is that I've been through stuff like this too. I make the same mistakes that everyone else makes. I don't think I'm perfect. I know I have a long way to go. Oh no! Is it the armor? Nope. Okay. No! I'm a baby! Hold on. No. No. Ah! Hold on. I would love to be talking right now, but I need to... No! I died. I killed him, but I died. Well, that's my first death. But yeah, be careful with that stuff. And you got to think about this too. A lot of us, we tend to do one more than the other. So there's people that focus on the past and there's people that focus on the future. And you have to ask yourself, which one are you? Do you focus a lot on your previous mistakes? Because if you do, my response to you is why? Like, it had an impact in your life and that's why you probably think about it, sure. But my point is, what's the point in focusing on that if it's not making your life head in the direction that you want it to? For example, I see this a lot in whenever someone passes away or something, right? A lot of people, for a long time, they get stuck, and I'm not saying that it's not justified. I'm just saying to be careful, because I remember whenever my grandma passed away, I was, I don't know, like 11 or something like that. And I remember my mom shut down for a while, for like a few months. Damn it. Oh. Look at that. Yeah, so my grandma passed away and my mom shut down, right? And I understand it. It's very understandable. People go through something very difficult if it's someone close to them, especially a parent, family member, whatever it is. But all I'm saying is be careful, because just because your family members pass away, just because there's something difficult that happened in the past, doesn't mean that life's gonna stop for you. You paying a house, you're still gonna have to pay the house for the next month, you know? You can't just stop just because, that was not smart on my part. There it goes. Okay, cool. Life isn't gonna stop, bills aren't gonna stop, people don't care. I mean, of course, family members and everything care, and those people that love you. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that just because you're going through something doesn't mean your car payment is gonna be like, you know what? It's okay take the next few months off. That's not gonna happen. So be careful, because if you get stuck on that, you're not going to life isn't, you're stopping, but life isn't stopping. You know what I'm saying? So life keeps moving forward, and you're trying to stay in the same spot, and that's not going to work out very well for you. That's all I'm saying. Be careful with that. And a good example of that was, I remember whenever my other grandma passed away, my dad's mom. When she passed away, I remember, I think I might have been in high school barely, like a freshman or something. And she passed away, right? And I know my dad, he loved his mom. I mean, of course, my mom loved her mom too. But my mom was, I don't know, the relationship was different. That's beside the point. My point is that I remember about a week after my grandma had passed away, my dad and I were driving somewhere in town, and I saw my dad, and I noticed, I'm like, he seems pretty normal, you know? I was like, huh, this is odd, because when my mom's mom passed away, she was a wreck. And that made sense to me, because I'm like, well, of course, someone close to her passed away, especially, I mean, her mother, whom she loved and respected a lot. And then when my dad's mom passed away, he did feel sad and everything, and I don't remember much about it. That's the thing. I just remember that day when we were driving by after like a week or so, I asked him, can I still not hurt him? Right here? There we go. I asked him, like, oh, Dad, like, are you not sad? And he's like, of course I'm sad. And I don't remember what else he told me. I just remember that, no! I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. No! No! Anyways. I got a little upset. Hold on. I just need to make sure I don't make any stupid mistakes, because this game, if I'm doing well, I continue doing well. Once I mess up, it is so easy to mess up again. So that's why I'm a little concerned that I didn't beat him. Anyways, I asked him if he was sad, and he said, yeah, I am sad. It had been a week, right, or so? And he's like, yeah, I am sad, but he still had to get things done. And that was a lesson that I learned when I was younger. I was like, okay, just because life gets hard or something terrible happens in our lives doesn't mean that we should just stop. We need to be careful with that, because a lot of people, it's like, oh my gosh, I had such a bad day. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go to work. I'm going to call out, whatever the case is. But work and life aren't going to stop. You still need to make money. You still need to pay bills. No matter how hard your day is, no matter what you're going through. I mean, unless you're rich and you have all the money in the world, right? But most of us aren't exactly in that situation. And if that's the case, we have to make sure we get up the next day, we put on our working shoes, and we get back to work. And I don't mean just literally working, you know? I mean, like, whatever needs to get done. There are still things that we need to do. Do you have a family? You break down. It's like, dude, I understand that you're going through something, but you have to be strong for your family. Your family's still there, you know? It's hard. I understand, but we can't just give up and be like, oh, well, it sucks. It's like, yes, we know it sucks, but keep going. Keep going. It's not about it sucking or anything like that. It's just about, well, we just got to get up and keep moving. Like that's part of life. I mean, oh no, oh thank goodness. I thought I was gonna get hit, and right there I thought I was gonna hit. So yeah, just keep going forward. And that's for those of you that are stuck in the past a lot. I am not really a person like that, to be honest. I do the opposite. Hold on. I tend to be, oh yeah, okay. I tend to be a little bit more forward thinking. The issue with me sometimes is that I'm a little too forward thinking. And I'm sure there are some of you that can relate to that too. If you go through both, then it must be very difficult, because that's a lot of stress and thoughts that are pretty much unnecessary. But yeah, you just gotta think about this. If you think a lot about the future, think about, okay, well, how far into my future am I really, like, how far into my future should I be thinking? Now, I'm not saying to not think about, like, years ahead or anything like that. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're constantly thinking about, like, oh, well, 5 years from now this, 10 years from now that, it's like, okay, be careful, because you also have to remember you're living in the now. You're living in the present, you know? You're not living in the future. So when you make decisions, you have to make decisions closer to your current time. if you're thinking too far ahead, a lot of times we might miss what's right in front of us, and that's the dangerous part. You got to be careful not to think too much about stuff that isn't here, because if you are, you're gonna stress. And we're back to this guy. All right, let's see. Come on. All right, I'm gonna pause it right here. That's gonna be it for the first episode. I'll get back to this, and thank you for watching. And don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever, all that good stuff. Thank you guys. Bye bye.